Have you ever wondered why so many people over 60 wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. every night, even when their bladder isn't really full? The surprising truth is this: it might not be your age, or even your health. It could simply be the timing of when you drink water. As we grow older, our bodies change. Hormones that once helped us sleep peacefully at night start to slow down, our kidneys work a little differently, and our bladder becomes more sensitive. That means one simple glass of water after dinner could be the hidden reason you're waking up again and again. But here's the hopeful news. By shifting when you drink, not just how much, you can give your body the chance to rest again. Imagine sipping most of your water before 4 p.m., gently reducing after 6, and taking only a few sips before bed. Many elders across India and around the world have made this small change and found themselves sleeping 5, even 7 hours straight, something they thought was gone forever. So tonight, ask yourself, is it your age? Or just your evening glass of water keeping you awake? Before we dive deeper, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from and what time is it right now? Share your answer in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. Have you ever wondered why, when you were younger, you could sleep straight through the night, but after the age of 55 or 60, your sleep is broken by frequent urges to use the bathroom? The truth is, this isn't always a disease. It's a natural change in your body. And once you understand what's really happening, you'll see that waking up again and again at night is not an unavoidable part of aging, but rather your body sending you important signals. After the age of 55, a hormone called vasopressin, the one that tells your kidneys to slow down urine production at night, begins to decline. When we're young, this hormone works strongly, allowing us to rest peacefully for 6 to 8 hours. But as it drops, the kidneys keep filtering at the same pace as during the day, filling the bladder much faster and waking you up in the middle of the night. At the same time, the kidneys themselves become less efficient. They take longer to balance fluids, which means even if you drink the same amount of water as before, your body processes it less smoothly. And then comes the bladder sensitivity. Before the age of 60, the bladder could comfortably hold 400 to 500 milliamperes before signaling the brain. But after 60, it may start sending signals when there's only about 150 milli. Just half a glass. The result? You wake up even though your bladder is far from full. This is why so many older adults find themselves waking up at 1, 2, or 3 a.m., not because of a large amount of urine, but because their body is simply more sensitive. Take the story of Mr. Sharma, a 67-year-old from Pune, India. For nearly 2 years, he woke up twice every night, once around 2 a.m. and again around 4 a.m. He thought it was just aging, or perhaps his prostate. Out of frustration, he even reduced his daytime water intake, hoping it would help. But it only made things worse. He woke up tired, dizzy, and sluggish every morning. When he finally visited a urologist, he learned the truth. It wasn't just his prostate. It was the natural drop in vasopressin and a more sensitive bladder. With a few changes, drinking most of his water before 4 p.m., reducing evening fluids, and practicing a simple breathing exercise to calm his bladder nerves, his sleep transformed. Within 3 weeks, he was sleeping 6 hours straight without interruption. Mr. Sharma's story is not unique. It's the story of millions of elders across India, the US, and around the world. And it shows us something powerful. Aging does not steal our sleep. It's how we respond to the body's changes that truly matters. Now that we've uncovered the natural changes inside the body that affect sleep, let's talk about something just as important: the mistakes we often make without realizing it. These little habits, which seem harmless or even healthy, can quietly train the bladder in the wrong way and keep you waking up at night. The good news is, once you recognize them, you can gently change them, and your nights can become peaceful again. Mistake 1. Drinking too much water after 6 or 7 p.m. One of the most common mistakes I see among elders is filling the body with water in the evening. Maybe you enjoy a big glass after dinner, or maybe you forget to drink much during the day and then catch up at night. But here's the problem. After sunset, your kidneys are naturally slowing down, preparing to rest along with the rest of your body. When you pour in 1 or 2 extra glasses of water after dinner, you force the kidneys to stay active all night, filtering and sending urine to the bladder while your mind is begging for sleep. No wonder so many people find themselves waking up at 1 or 3 a.m. with an urge they cannot ignore. Mistake 2. Forgetting that tea, milk, and soup are still fluids. In many homes, a warm cup of tea or a bowl of soup before bed is a cherished ritual. It feels comforting, even healing. But what we forget is that all of these drinks, whether it's ginger tea, turmeric milk, or a light rasam, still count toward your total fluid intake. Your body doesn't separate them. They all end up in the bladder. And when taken after sunset, they quietly add to the pressure, leading to disturbed sleep. I once met a lovely lady in New Jersey who swore by her nightly cup of chamomile tea. She believed it was helping her sleep. But when we gently shifted her tea time to 6 p.m. instead of 9 p.m., she noticed within a week that she was waking up only once instead of 3 times. The tea wasn't the problem. It was the timing. Mistake 3. The habit of just-in-case urination before bed. This one feels logical. Let me empty my bladder completely before I sleep, just in case. But what actually happens is something called bladder overtraining. By forcing the bladder to empty when it's not truly full, you accidentally teach your bladder nerves a wrong lesson, that even small amounts should feel urgent. Over time, the bladder becomes hypersensitive, sending false signals to your brain during the night, even when there's barely half a glass of urine inside. This is why some elders wake up for tiny amounts that never used to bother them before. The better approach is to trust your body. Only go when you really feel the need. Mistake 4. Uneven water intake throughout the day. Another silent mistake is drinking very little water in the morning and afternoon, and then suddenly trying to drink more in the evening. Many people forget about hydration during the day because they are busy, then suddenly realize they haven't had enough water after dinner. This puts all the pressure on the kidneys at the wrong time. Ideally, most of your water should be consumed between sunrise and 4 p.m. After that, your intake should slowly taper off, so your body can prepare for rest. Think of it like dimming the lights before bedtime. You don't switch them off suddenly. You gradually reduce. Mistake 5. Drinking very cold water at night. Finally, let's talk about something surprising: the temperature of water. Cold water, especially from the fridge in the evening, can irritate the bladder lining. This irritation makes the nerves inside more sensitive, especially in older adults whose digestion and tissues are already more delicate. The result? A stronger urge to urinate, even with a small volume inside. That's why warm or room temperature water is much kinder to the stomach and bladder at night. So, dear friend, can you see how these small habits create a big impact? A glass of water at the wrong time, a warm cup of milk too late, or even the innocent just-in-case trip to the bathroom. Each of these can quietly train your bladder to wake you when you should be sleeping. But the beauty is this: once you know the truth, you can gently retrain your body. By making small shifts, moving your tea earlier, spreading your water through the day, choosing warm instead of cold, you can restore calm to your nights. Sleep does not have to be a battle. Sometimes it's just about listening to your body's rhythm and giving it a little respect. And when you do, the body often responds with a gift you thought was gone forever: deep, healing, uninterrupted rest. So now that we've seen the body's natural changes with age, and the small mistakes that often make things worse, the question is, what's the right way to drink water for peaceful nights? The answer is not to drink less, it's to drink smarter. And the key lies in timing. The golden rule: most water before 4 p.m. Doctors and urologists around the world, including many respected ones here in India, agree on this. The best time to drink the majority of your water is between 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. Why? Because during the day, your body is active, your heart pumps strongly, your kidneys filter efficiently, and your metabolism burns faster. All of this allows your body to process fluids smoothly, emptying the bladder fully before sunset. Think of it this way: your body is like a busy marketplace in the morning. Everyone is working, moving, balancing. But at night, that same marketplace shuts down. If you throw in extra work at closing time, it disrupts everything. Drinking most of your water in the morning and early afternoon allows the body to finish its work before bedtime, giving you a calmer night. Tapering after 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., imagine slowly dimming the lights on your hydration. You don't stop drinking altogether. That would be unhealthy. But you begin to reduce the quantity. Take small sips when thirsty, instead of full glasses. And by 7:30 p.m., unless your doctor has given you specific instructions, avoid drinking more than about 150 ml. That's roughly 1 small steel glass. This gentle reduction gives your bladder the message: it's time to slow down, time to prepare for rest. How to drink during the day. It's not just when, but also how you drink that matters. In the morning, don't rush with 1 big glass on an empty stomach. Instead, sip slowly. Let the body absorb gradually. The best times to have slightly larger amounts are around breakfast, mid-morning, and lunchtime. These are the hours when your body can handle fluids most efficiently. Spread your intake evenly, rather than forgetting and then catching up later in the evening. What about nighttime medications? Many elders worry about this. But I need to take my blood pressure pill, my diabetes medicine, or my joint pain tablet at night. How do I manage without water? The solution is simple. Take your medicine with just a few sips, enough to swallow comfortably. You don't need a full glass unless your doctor insists. And if your medication makes you thirsty, try a different approach. Instead of drinking half a glass at once, take a spoonful of room temperature water every few minutes. This way, you quench your thirst without burdening your bladder. A practical example. The story of Uncle Romesh. Let me share the story of Uncle Romesh, a 70-year-old from Nagpur. For years, he believed that drinking lots of water in the evening would flush out toxins overnight. Every night between 7 and 9 p.m., he drank nearly a full liter. The result? 3 bathroom trips before dawn, mornings heavy with fatigue, and a mind that never felt rested. When he finally learned about water timing, he made one simple change. He shifted 70% of his daily water to before 3 p.m., then allowed himself just one small glass at 6:30 p.m. Within 2 weeks, he noticed a difference. He was waking up only once per night, and within a month, he was sleeping from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. without interruption. For him, it felt like he had reclaimed something precious, the ability to rest deeply. Why timing matters more than quantity. The lesson here is powerful. The problem is not how much water you drink, but when you drink it. If you give your body fluids at the right time, it processes them peacefully. If you overload it at night, your kidneys and bladder stay restless, and so do you. By aligning your drinking habits with your body's natural rhythm, you allow your organs to work in harmony instead of conflict. So, dear friend, the next time you reach for a glass of water after dinner, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I really thirsty, or am I just following habit? Remember, your body needs water, but it also needs rest. By giving it the right timing, plenty in the morning and early afternoon, tapering in the evening, you offer it both. And when your body feels respected, it rewards you with something priceless. Nights of deep, undisturbed sleep, and mornings filled with energy, clarity, and peace. We've talked about the timing of water, but here's another hidden truth. It's not only what you drink, but also what you eat in the evening that decides how peacefully you sleep. Many foods and drinks we think are light or comforting can actually act like silent fluids, filling the bladder little by little and waking us at night. Watery foods at the wrong time. Think about that bowl of clear soup, a light rasam or thin dal. They feel gentle, even healing, right? And they are, when eaten earlier in the day. But taken too close to bedtime, they act just like water. Bit by bit, they add to your bladder's load. At first, you may not notice, but 2 or 3 hours after lying down, your bladder whispers, then insists, until you're forced to get up. Comforting drinks that backfire. For many elders, a warm evening drink is a ritual of love. Herbal tea, turmeric milk, or a small cup of masala chai. They bring comfort, yes, but they also bring fluids. And here's the tricky part. Drinks like green tea or masala chai are also mild diuretics, which means they encourage your kidneys to make even more urine. So you drink to relax, but instead, you end up waking just when your body should be resting. I remember meeting Mrs. Sushila, a 72-year-old from Pune. Every night she sipped ginger tea at 9 p.m. She believed it calmed her nerves, but she couldn't understand why she always woke at 2:30 a.m. When we gently suggested she move her tea to 6 p.m. instead, she was skeptical. Yet within 1 week, she began sleeping 5 to 6 hours straight. Her eyes sparkled again as she said, "I never knew tea could disturb me this way." Fruits and vegetables rich in water. Now let's talk about something surprising. Raw cucumber, tomatoes, watermelon, or even a glass of orange juice. All of these are healthy, but timing matters. In the evening, their high water content, combined with natural acids, makes the bladder more sensitive. Many seniors report a sudden urge after eating these foods at night. Take Rajesh from Ahmedabad. At 68, he proudly ate a large raw salad with cucumber, tomatoes, and lemon dressing every evening. He thought he was making the healthiest choice, but every night he woke up 2 or 3 times to use the bathroom. When he simply moved that salad to lunchtime and switched to steamed vegetables at dinner, his sleep changed. Within a week, he slept 6 hours straight. No medicines, no restrictions, just a shift in timing. There's another culprit we often overlook: salt. Fried peppers, pickles, or heavily spiced curries may taste delightful at dinner, but they increase thirst. And when you feel thirsty, what do? You drink more water, often just before bed. That extra fluid, combined with an already sensitive bladder, almost guarantees disturbed sleep. Now, I don't want you to think this means giving up your favorite foods forever. Comforting soups, refreshing fruits, and a warm cup of tea all have their place. The key is when you enjoy them. Move watery foods, salads, and fruits to lunch or the early afternoon. Keep salty snacks minimal in the evening. And if you love your tea or warm milk, enjoy it before 6:30 p.m., not at 9. By respecting your body's rhythm, you're not losing pleasure. You're gaining peaceful nights. So, dear friend, remember, dinner is not just about filling the stomach. It's about preparing the body for rest. Every sip and bite after sunset either helps your body relax or quietly keeps it restless. By choosing lighter, gentler foods at night, you honor the changes in your body. And when the body rests, the mind follows. Sleep returns not as a struggle, but as an old friend. Quiet, healing, and full of grace. We've explored how water timing and evening foods affect your nights. But here's something just as powerful: your lifestyle and the way you sleep. Believe it or not, small changes in movement, posture, and even clothing can make the difference between restless nights and deep, healing rest. Morning movement, releasing hidden fluid. After the age of 60, circulation slows down. Fluid tends to pool quietly in the legs and ankles during the day, even if you don't notice swelling. But when you lie down at night, that fluid shifts back toward the heart and kidneys, increasing urine production exactly when you want to sleep. The solution? Gentle morning movement. A short walk in the sun, stretching your arms, or even light leg lifts while sitting in a chair can help release that fluid earlier in the day. This way, your kidneys aren't overloaded at night. I once met a retired teacher in Florida who said simply walking her dog every morning cut her nighttime bathroom trips in half. The power of sleep position. Now let's talk about how you sleep. Many elders lie flat on their back with high pillows or thick mattresses. But this often puts pressure on the bladder and can trigger urges. Doctors now suggest a better position. Sleeping on your left side, with a soft pillow under your head and another between your knees. This reduces pressure on the bladder, improves digestion, and helps blood flow more smoothly. One lady from Kochi, 74 years old, told me she had been waking up twice every night for years. When she switched to side sleeping with a knee pillow, she was amazed. Within a week, she was sleeping 5 hours straight. She said, "It feels like my body finally learned how to rest again." Clothing and room temperature. Another factor we often forget is heat. Many of us grew up with the belief that warmth equals safety. Thick night clothes, heavy blankets. It feels protective. But in today's climate, especially in humid places, overheating at night leads to sweating, thirst, and increased kidney activity. Instead, Choose light cotton clothes and keep the room airy. A simple fan and a thin sheet are often enough. When your body stays cool and calm, the bladder stays quieter too. Handling midnight wake-ups. But what if you do wake up in the middle of the night? Here's an important tip. Don't rush to the bathroom out of habit. Pause. Ask yourself gently, do I really feel full? If the answer is no, stay still. Take 5 deep breaths, relax your belly, and give your body a chance to calm down. Over time, this retrains your bladder nerves not to send false alarms. This practice worked wonders for Shantama, a grandmother from Kochi. She was in her mid-70s and used to wake up twice every night, even when her bladder was nearly empty. But when she combined side sleeping, cotton clothes, and deep breathing before bed, her sleep transformed. She told me with a smile, "It feels like my body has become my friend again." So, dear elder, remember this. Good sleep is not a luxury. It's your right, and your body still remembers how to do it. You don't have to fight aging. You just need to listen gently and adjust. A morning walk, a different sleep position, a lighter blanket. These may seem like tiny steps, but together they send a powerful message to your body. You're safe. You can rest. And when the body feels safe, the mind follows. Nights become quieter, mornings lighter, and life itself begins to feel a little easier, a little brighter. When it comes to nighttime urination, many of us carry long-held beliefs passed down from neighbors, relatives, or even well-meaning friends. These ideas feel like common sense, but in reality, they can quietly do more harm than good. Today, let's gently clear up some of the biggest myths, so you can replace worry with knowledge and fear with confidence. Myth 1. Drinking less water during the day prevents nighttime urination. This seems logical, doesn't it? Less water in means less water out. But inside the body, the truth is very different. When you don't drink enough during the day, your body becomes mildly dehydrated. Your blood grows thicker, and your kidneys are forced to work harder. Then, when you finally lie down at night, the body pushes out a sudden burst of urine, disrupting your sleep. In fact, elders who drink more water earlier in the day, between 6 a.m. and 3 p.m., often have fewer nighttime bathroom trips, not more. The key is not less water, but earlier water. Myth 2. Nighttime urination only happens because of the prostate. Many older men assume their frequent night trips are solely due to an enlarged prostate. While prostate health is important, it is not the whole story. Women experience nighttime urination too, and they don't have prostates. The truth is, factors like bladder sensitivity, late meals, uneven fluid timing, and changes in sleep patterns all contribute. By blaming only the prostate, many elders overlook simple lifestyle changes that could bring relief. Myth 3. Emptying the bladder. Just in case before bed is helpful. This is another habit that seems sensible, but in reality, it trains the bladder in the wrong way. By forcing your bladder to empty when it's not full, you teach its nerves to send urgent signals even with small amounts. Over time, this creates a cycle of false alarms, waking you up at night even when there's barely half a glass inside. A better approach is to trust your body. Go only when you truly feel the need. That way, your bladder learns to hold comfortably again. Myth 4. Warm water at night improves digestion or cools the liver. In many households, elders drink warm water around 9 p.m., believing it supports digestion. While warm water does soothe the stomach, the timing is the problem. Taken late, it still adds to the bladder's load, setting you up for a 2 a.m. trip. If you enjoy warm drinks, shift them earlier, around 6 or 6:30 p.m. You still get the comfort, but without disturbing your sleep later. Let me share the story of Lakshmi Maji, a graceful 70-year-old from Coimbatore. For years, she woke up 3 times every night, always at the same hours. She thought it was her age, or maybe her liver, and she kept drinking warm water at 9 p.m. thinking it would help. But when she finally tried drinking most of her water in the morning and stopped sipping after 6:30 p.m., everything changed. Within 1 week, she was sleeping 7 hours straight, with tears in her eyes. She told me, "I didn't know my body could still feel this refreshed." So, dear friend, myths are not lies. They're old wisdoms that once worked in a different time. But our bodies change, and so must our habits. Nighttime urination is not a punishment, nor is it something you must simply accept with age. By letting go of these misunderstandings and embracing simple, evidence-based changes, you can return to nights of calm and mornings of energy. Remember, your body is still listening. The more gently you guide it, the more peace it will return to you.